Jeff at Watermelon Music. We're going to show you today a little tutorial on how to restring a nylon or classical guitar. We've got a store stock one here. We're going to put a set of D'Addario Pro Arte strings on it. First step, of course, is to get the old ones off. We use a Dunlop string winder for that. Makes pretty fast work of getting those strings off. Once they're all loose, basically we just want to get those out of there.
Anything special you need to note on this part of the process?
No, just be kind of careful as you go. Don't poke yourself in the eye with a loose string. As you take these, so it's not messy.
So this looks pretty intricate at the bottom. Is there anything we need to think about?
Not really. I mean, you can just clip them and they'll pull right out. If you just cut right here, the string will just pop right out. You're not hurting anything. These should just come undone. All right, we got the strings all out now. We're now going to treat the fingerboard, just keep it from being dry. We use all the time this Planet Waves lemon oil. Doesn't take a lot. Use a nice clean soft rag. You can see how it changes color there as it hydrates the wood.
Pretty.
Your guitar will definitely appreciate this. And really the only time you can get in there and do this is when you're putting new strings on. That looks pretty good to me. We're going to use a set of Pro Arte strings, also from D'Addario. These are normal tension. To save on packaging, they put all the strings in one bag. And each string is labeled for where it goes. I usually start on the bass end, the big string first. Most guitar string sets, one end looks normal and the other string is kind of floppy. You can see it there. The floppy end is what we're going to use to tie the knot on this particular string. So we'll take the normal end of the string and run it through the hole. Pull till you get right to where that flexible thing starts. For the bass strings, what I usually do is one time around and then through the loop. What you want to try to do is tighten it so that it doesn't go through the loop until after it crosses over that 90-degree angle on the bottom there. To save time, I usually go through and tie the 3 bass strings all at once. With the A and the D strings, the 2 ends should look exactly the same. It doesn't matter which end you use, but the process is the same. Pull it through until you have enough slack. Once around, through the loop, and pull it tight, and you get that nice little loop there. I'll do the D string. There you go. Now we'll start on the other end. Got to make sure you put it in the right hole. Since this is the E string, what I'll usually do is run it through until you have a good amount of slack. Put it through the hole going down, and then bring it up and under one time.
Okay, good footage of that.
Now if we got the winder and start winding it, what you'll see is it keeps that string nice and tight. It won't slip out because it goes under one time.
So is there any, should it go out towards the outside or in towards
So
the inside?
my method, if you look at this one, the hole is in the center and the strings go out to the outside, which keeps the travel of the string fairly straight. You'll see on these next 2 strings that I do, I'm going to go toward the inside so that they won't cross over and touch this one. And then on the other side, we'll do the opposite. The high E string will go to the outside. The G and the B will go to the inside. Tighten it till it's reasonably tight, and we'll tune it after that. The amount of slack you leave doesn't make a whole lot of difference. You don't want to wind too much so it starts to bunch up or get in the way, but it should go around at least 2 or 3 times. This is the A string. Again, through the hole, up, and this time we'll go the opposite direction. So underneath this way, pinches in place, and as you start tightening, I'm going to make sure the windings go toward the middle rather than toward the outside. So if you look, the excess of the string goes under that little loop. It holds it tight so it's not going to slip. The windings are nice, tight, close together. We got 3 or 4 on this one, and then it moves toward the inside. Here's the D string, the last of the bass strings. Through the hole, up, underneath, so that it cinches. You can see the string winder can save you a lot of time. So the bass strings are all on. Now we're going to move over to the treble side. So if you were to tie these the same way, you'd find that they would slip. They're so smooth. So what I do here, about the same amount of slack on the end. The first process is the same, but this time we're going to go through the loop once, twice, 3 times. Pull it tight, and that should leave the little tail sort of past the edge of the bridge here. Again, around itself, under once, twice, 3 times. And that holds nice and tight. It'll stretch a little, but it's not going to come loose. Last one's the high E. Just the same process as the other 2. 1, 2, 3 times around. On this side, the process is exactly the same. Through the hole, up, under to cinch that in place, and then tighten. This one will also go toward the inside, toward the middle. B string. This one we're going to go to the inside. Last string's the high E. This one will be the reverse. So we'll go this way. Just trim the tails, regular pair of wire cutters. You don't want to cut it too short so that the edge slips out, but you want to cut it short enough that it doesn't poke your finger or anything like that. I'll do that for all 6. And then depending how long the knots are that you left here, I will usually trim those as well. You have to be kind of careful so you don't scratch the surface of the guitar. Now we're going to tune it up. This is a D'Addario Planet Waves tuner. Should make pretty quick work. So nylon strings are going to slip or stretch more than a steel string set. So normally we'll have to tune it a few times. So it's going to take a little while, maybe a couple of hours for these to stretch out. And as you tune it, it'll get more and more stable. But essentially that's it. That's how you restring classical guitar. During normal times, we would do this for you for free if you buy strings at our store, including treating the fingerboard and polishing the guitar and everything else. But during these times, hopefully it's something you'll learn to do for yourself. Feel free to give us a call if you have any questions about it. Thanks very much.